Gotcha, bitch.
Yo, what is up, you guys? This is Godson. Welcome back to Clash Royale. Today, you guys, we're going to go over some of the things that I've been dealing with in the game. I have been pushing really high, and I've been losing a lot. And this has all just been a learning experience for me, guys. And I want to go over some of the stuff that I've learned, and possibly I can share it with you so that you guys may not have the same mistakes, or maybe you can learn from my mistakes. And if you guys are also having problems with certain cards, like for example the Sparky card, I know people that are not experienced with this card and they see it for the first time, they're like, oh my gosh, this is OP, but there's a way to counter it. As you just saw right there, I got countered by a card deck, and that was the Barb card. The Barb card is a card that people are using now to counter my Sparky card. And so, in this video, you guys are going to see some losses from me, some wins, but all in all, this is just a learning experience video, if you will. If you're having problems with the Sparky card and you want to know how to counter it, here you go. Oh man, you guys. Freaking Royal Giant. But yeah, you guys, let's see. So as I said, I've been going really high with this card deck, and I've lost a lot recently. And I believe that was due to the season reset. We have seasons, you know, where when you push really high, I got to 36,000 cups. And then when the season reset, it seems like everyone that was really high got reset, and now all you're matched with is those people. So I got matched with, you know, tons of 11s and 12s, which is like, you know, as soon as I get matched with them, I'm like, oh, automatic loss. You know, because some of their cards take a lot longer for you to kill them. You have to work harder just to take them out, and they're gonna get some hits off of your tower, so it's kind of like a disadvantage. But then at the same time, I fought in people that are level 8s, and I actually lost to level 8. I was so embarrassed. I am not gonna show that video. I lost to him, but it's because he knew how to counter my deck, and he was one of the first people that I've learned this from. Like, oh my gosh, they know how to counter Sparky now. So the whole thing behind countering the Sparky, if you guys noticed, was you have to put barbs around the card. Having barbs spam around the card creates a scenario for the Sparky where he can't counter all of them. He can't attack all of them. So he can only attack one. And so that's what I've learned they were doing to me. And it took me a few losses to figure out how I can adapt to that. And it's tough, you know, it's tough. Right there, he kind of messed up. He put all of them in front of my card, in front of my Sparky, and that caused him the loss. And of course, his Ice Wizard was by their tower, which caused a splash damage, and that cost him the match. Oh man, you guys. 3 seconds left. Oh. Okay, yeah, he actually got that. It was a race for the game. So his Royal Giant was able to get to my tower first. So that's the first match. GG. Let's go to the next one, you guys. Okay. Now, like I was saying about the seasons, when the seasons reset, you're gonna be stuck with people that you're fighting that have way more experience than you, and they know how to counter these cards. So if you guys have a big loss streak, don't worry about it. Maybe even just take a chill from playing so much when the season resets, because you're matched with people that are really strong, and it's going to be a while before you get back into your brackets where the people are at your level. So I've learned this, and I've taken just a little bit of a break when the season restarts so that I can be, you know, getting higher and facing people that are at my level, because you will fight people that are stronger, and I've learned a lot. So there you go. You saw it right there. The guy deployed the barbs all around my Sparky, and my Sparky could only counter one. But that's not something that's easy. You have to be very precise with that deployment. If you put the barbs anywhere, you're going to have maybe 3 on one side and 1 on the other. Or you might just put them all in front of the card. So you have to be very precise how you deploy that. But it's not too hard. The Sparky moves as fast as the Golem. You know, it's a slow card. So you have enough time to put it exactly where you need it to go. And don't, you know, make sure that the Sparky card crosses over the line, that water area. I want to say river, but the water area, so that all of your barbs fall on the right side. As you can see, he countered me again with that, and that really messed me up. But this is all a learning experience for me, you guys, and I don't mind showing you my losses as well as my wins. so that you can see just exactly what I'm dealing with over here. And if you're having problems with a Sparky card and you want to know how to counter, this is a learning video for you, and you can check it out. And you know what? That's another thing. I'm debating. I'm trying to figure out if it's just the barbs that you can do this with. I know the barbs, there's 4 cards in there. There's 4 troops that come out of that card for 5 elixir. But I'm wondering if I could do that with also the Skeleton Brothers. And even the, what else do we have? Skeleton Brothers, and we have Goblins, but there's only 3 cards in the Goblins. I haven't tested it out yet if you can do this as well with those cards, so that you can save elixir and not use a 5 elixir card for that counter. But I mean, it is worth it. It is worth it. To stop the Sparky is a good thing, because that card does a lot of damage if you let it. If you let that thing get away with a shot on your tower, you're going to be dealing with half of your life on that card. Half your tower's life on that card will be going. Okay, so there's 12 seconds, 10 seconds left. I think I got this one. I'm not sure. It could be a double loss. Yeah, maybe he got me. I think he got this one. Okay, yeah. So, GG. Not too bad, you guys. I know you can look at my replays and say, you could have did this, but it is what it is. Okay, on to the next match. I think I won this one, but I'll show you guys how I did it. So there are some things that, if you're trying to learn how to counter the Sparky card, zaps work. You can use a zap to reset it. You can use a freeze spell, or you can counter it with troops. Those are the 3 things I've learned. I don't think there's anything else besides those 3. And the Sparky card is a very unusual card, because I think it's the only card where it actually truly resets. If you're fighting against Infernal Towers, when the Infernal Tower starts to lock onto someone, the damage is really low. As it progresses, the Infernal Tower damage gets really high, and it can take out golems, giants, anything super fast. But if you zap the Infernal Tower, it doesn't reset. It just pauses, and then it goes right back to the high damage that it's already accumulated. The Sparky card, on the other hand, when you zap it, it resets. So it has to continue charging up, and that's kind of a drawback with the card. But that's another way that you can counter it. And I've gotten, you know, countered pretty bad with that. But luckily, it also is kind of a waste of an elixir for them if they don't do it right. If they're wasting zaps to reset your Sparky card, then that's kind of a waste for them, and they're down, because you still have the card on the playing field. It's just reset. So definitely, oh man, that guy used his barb cards wrong, and I think that's why he lost. He didn't know how to counter me. But I want to talk to you guys about some conspiracy theories that I have about the game. Conspiracy theories that I have with this game is, so whenever I use a card deck that I feel is really good and no one is going to know about, or no one is ready for, because at the time, you know, people were using they were using the mortar deck, which got nerfed, but they were also using the 3 Musketeers, which is still good. And I thought, you know what, let me use the 3 Musketeers and see how far I can get. But it seems like the game matches me with people. Whenever I use this card deck, I get matched with people that I normally wouldn't get matched with. People with rockets, people with lightnings. I'm like, hey, wait a minute, I'd never fight people with this deck whenever I use my Hog Rider deck. So it's like, wait a minute, I wonder if you guys have experienced. Maybe I'm just blowing smoke, but that's what I feel is going on. You know, I'm like, oh, no one should be ready for this, and then they are. That's just my conspiracy theory that I have. Someone said that they're writing about that in the forums, that, hey, you know, that is a real thing. I don't know. You guys can comment down there if it is or not. Oh, man, you guys, this is it. Ooh. Okay, he's got the tower down. I think he's going to try and counter me, but my Royal Giant has a lot of health points, and he's doing damage. And the Fireball should close the deal. GG, you guys. All right. So that's a GG. Let's go to the next one. All right, you guys. So yeah, those were my conspiracy theories, and also just one thing I want to touch on that I feel I want to see in the game. I've talked about this to the developers, and they said it's a green light. I could talk about it and maybe even make a future video on this. as a wish list. But one thing that I would like to change in the game so far that I would like to see in a future update is, I believe Clash of Clans has this. Whenever you go into a match, you're able to confirm or see the card decks that you have before you're ready to go into battle. So it'll tell you, you know, you have these cards and your heroes are up to speed before you go into a match. Because that was a problem I had with Clash of Clans. Whenever I would go into a match, I would have, you know, my queen would not be healed up all the way, and I would go into the battle and I'd be like, oh no, my cards, where are they? Or my hero. And I feel that's the thing that I would like to see in Clash Royale. Because I don't know if you're like me, but whenever I have tons of chests, when I open the game up, you know, you have like 3 or 4 chests that you have ready to open up. And I just open the game and I'm just spamming, opening them all up. And then my finger's right in the middle of the screen while I'm opening those things up, and I accidentally hit battle. And I'm like, oh no, because when you battle people, as soon as you hit that button, you're forced into a match. Even if you cancel, I've learned this, even when you cancel, you still go into battle. I've even had this happen to me where I canceled it, went to my card decks, looked at it, and I got matched with someone. I'm like, whoa. So I feel that's one thing I would like to see in the game that they change, so that you have a confirmation whenever you hit it. Or it even doesn't even have to be a confirmation that, you know, these are the cards you're going into battle with. It could be something as simple as just holding the attack button for half a second and then you're matched, rather than, you know, just pushing it once. I don't know. That's just one thing I feel that could be used in the game, because I'm sure it's not just me, it's other people that have experienced this as well, where you're matched with people where you weren't ready, or you were just trolling in your clan, testing out battles, and then you didn't realize, you know, the next day when you wanted to play the game, you still had that card deck in your deck. You still had those cards in your deck when you're going into battle. So that's one gripe I have with the game that I would like to see something done. Oh, is he gonna counter me? I think he's gonna counter. Is he gonna do it? Okay, my Sparky card went down. Okay, so I'm ahead. All I have to do is just defend a little bit longer. So, yes. And as I mentioned before, you guys, I don't mind showing my wins and losses. These are all my replays that I've been learning and experiencing with. So maybe you can learn from it, and you see exactly what I've been dealing with. Oh, okay, he tied it up. I actually think I lost this one because he had 3 musketeers here. He had barbs, and I was just like, how am I going to counter this? Okay, Sparky card, I got this. Oh, dang, here comes the barbs. It's going to take away. But then he puts archers down, and then I have my barbs that are going to take out the musketeers. But he still has his barbs on my tower, and that was a GG. Too much going on at once. I lost. But still, GG, good job. Let's go to the next one. Alright, you guys, on to the next one. We have, I think I won this one, but this guy definitely, I believe he countered me. I'll forward it a bit so that you can see just exactly what happened here. Oh, man. And that's another thing, you guys. Don't fall for these guys. He's a lower level. He's like a level 8. But you see how he's crying? Look at the, look how he's spamming that cry button. I think that's a tactic. I'm not falling for that anymore. That's a tactic for them to make you feel sympathized for them, to feel sympathy for these guys that are lower level. You know, he's a level 8, but I'm sure he knows exactly what he's doing. You can't be a level 8 and make it this high, and then complain and cry like, "Oh, don't hurt me, don't hurt me." It's a tactic. They want you to feel sorry for them so that they can beat you. And this guy was trying to get one for the sneak attack on the side. Yep, I knew exactly what he was doing. So I didn't feel any remorse for this guy. I knew exactly he had a good deck. He was strong, and just because he's a little lower than me, 2 levels lower, he still is able to put in, you know, work and do something here. So I show no mercy for this guy. I'm attacking him. I'm gonna try and take this guy out. But you guys, that has been my experience so far with the Sparky deck. If you want to learn from this video, now you know how to counter the deck. I probably shouldn't put this out here because I have a tournament that's going on in my clan, and they're gonna know, oh, that's how you counter the card. So it's not hard to counter. It's pretty easy. You just have to be precise. Oh man. And there it is, you guys. GG. Thank you guys so much for watching. This is Godson. Be sure to tune in next time, and I will see you there. Godson out.